Good morning, everybody. Well, today we got people far left and far right of truth again. It's Martin Luther King Jr. Observation Day, federal holiday. So I'm going to start with first those on the wrong side in one direction. Martin Luther King was a man, a human being with flaws and faults like anybody else. Not a god, not to be idolized, not to be worshipped. And so some folks put him way up on this pedestal, almost to a demigod or god status. Cheated on his wife, had a lot of issues, imperfect man. I don't judge folks who are past because there's nothing for me to do for them. I can't witness them, I can't correct them, and so forth. Just be careful, you know, when you start idolizing anybody. And then when you're idolizing somebody dead, that borderlines necromancy. And then when you start idolizing an adulterer, well, anyway. So now we're going to go to the other direction. Free at last, free at last. Thank God Almighty we are free at last. Man, that speech was something. I give it. I've always liked that speech. And I liked most of what he said. And I like a lot of what he did. But let's call a lie. Free at last. He was mostly talking about African Americans, and so that's what I'm going to be speaking of right now. Are African Americans free? Is anybody free here in America? But certainly are African Americans free. You better look at your rates of incarceration, your rates of inner city poverty. You better look at how this government is set up to destroy your homes, how it's elected Uncle Tom leaders, Jesse Jacksons, Al Sharptons, who do nothing but profit off the race baiting, sell their own people into the bondage of the system and keep ignorance and oppression going. Okay, well, y'all go ahead and celebrate today, anybody that wants to do that, and rejoice at the fact that your children are more likely to die than they are to graduate high school in many areas. You celebrate the fact that you know, poverty and lack of education. You celebrate those things. I'm not going to celebrate them. I'm not going to celebrate them, because my children are not going to be involved in it, and that has nothing to do with race. That has to do with choice and parenting. Get two parents. If you're a single mother, find you a man of Yah, someone who keeps Torah, who will tend you and your children and help you raise men and guard daughters. That's what you need to do. That's what you need to be celebrating. Banks closed, stock markets closed. Unfortunately, in most of America, minds are closed, eyes are closed, and ears are closed. So that's all I really had to say today about that. So be encouraged, get a clue.